If you love the blues, you found your new home. The Blues Hotel. Real music. Just talking blues. Real stories. And Blues Moments in Time. The history that shaped it all. 3 podcasts. 1 home. The Blues Hotel Collective. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. From the Blues Hotel Collective, welcome to Blues Moments in Time, where every groove holds a memory and every moment echoes the truth of what came before. Today, we rewind the reel, trace the footsteps, and revisit the chapters that shaped the blues. Here is our host, Kelvin Huggins.
Welcome to Blues Moments in Time, the podcast dedicated to exploring the rich history and the cultural significance of blues music. Today we focus on the events of February 5, a day that stretches from the dusty promises of Reconstruction to the polished studios of New York City. Let's start with the cultural landscape. It's impossible to understand the blues without understanding the soil it grew from. On February 5, 1866, barely a year after the Civil War ended, Congressman Thaddeus Stevens offered a radical amendment to the Freedmen's Bureau Bill. He proposed the distribution of public land in 40-acre parcels to newly freed families. History tells us this amendment was defeated, and that defeat is crucial to our story. Without land, freedmen were forced into the sharecropping system, a cycle of debt and labour that locked them into the cotton fields of the Delta. It was specifically this sense of entrapment and the poverty of the sharecropping life that created the pressure cooker for the blues. The music became the only escape from a promise that was never kept. Now let's turn our attention to the political climate. We'll fast forward to February 5 in 1917. Congress passed the Immigration Act of 1917. On the surface, it was an isolationist law restricting Asian immigration, but its ripple effect on the blues was massive. With immigrant labour cut off, northern factories faced a shortage during World War I and began recruiting African Americans from the South. This sparked the Great Migration. If not for the labour shifts triggered by law, like this one, Muddy Waters might have stayed in Mississippi. Instead, the trains headed north, taking the blues from the acoustic front porch to the electrified clubs of Chicago. Of course, no discussion of blues history would be complete without exploring the music itself. February 5, 1962 stands as a monument to crossover history. On this day, Ray Charles walked into Capitol Studios in New York to begin recording modern sounds in country and western music. Ray took the songs of Hank Williams and Floyd Tillman and injected them with the ache and soul of the blues. He proved that the high, lonesome sound of country and the worried mind of the blues were two sides of the same coin. And we can't forget February 5, 1953. In Chicago, the great Willie Mabon was at Universal recording, cutting his track, I'm Mad. It would go on to hit number 1 on the R&B charts. Mabon's cool, cynical delivery defined the sophisticated jazzy side of Chicago blues, a sharp contrast to the rougher, down-home sounds of his contemporaries. February 5 has also marked the beginnings of life for some incredible blues musicians. In 1898, the son of Memphis was born, Willie Shade, better known as Son Bremer. Shade was the leader and creative force behind the Memphis Jug Band. If you ever tapped your foot to the ragtime-infused washboard scratching sound of 1920s Beale Street, you're listening to Willie Shade's influence. He was a hustler, a manager, and a musician who ensured that the Jug Band sound was recorded for posterity. We also celebrate the birth of Al Cooper on this day in 1944, a key architect of the 60s blues revival who performed the Blues Project and brought the authentic guitar sounds of Chicago to the rock generation, bridging the gap between Muddy Waters and the Rolling Stones of counterculture. Sadly, February 5 has also been a day of loss. In 1994, we lost the Chicago guitarist Kenneth "Buddy" Scott. Buddy was one of those essential players, the lifeblood of the West Side clubs, who kept the flame burning when the blues wasn't in the spotlight. And in 2009, we said goodbye to Piney Brown, one of the great blues shouters who connected the swing era to the R&B explosion. And that's all the time that we have for today's episode of Blues Moments in Time. Join us next time as we continue to explore the fascinating history of the blues.